Hi everyone, welcome to the Cool Communication Workshop. When I say icicle, we're all going to get out of our seats and into the biggest circle that we can. Ready? Icicle! Now that we're in our big, huge circle, we're going to play a game. It's called Bark, Meow, Neigh! The rules are simple. First, you make an animal noise, for example, woof, and then you make a gesture to go along with it. So, like, woof. And then you can say your name. So we're going to make an animal noise, make a gesture, and then say our name. We'll go around the circle until everybody is done. So, how was our game? Did you guys enjoy it? Was it a little bit silly? What did we do? Let's think about why animals make these noises. Do we have a reason? That's right. Animals make noises to communicate with each other. During this workshop, we're going to learn how to communicate effectively just like animals. Now that we know what we're learning today, we're going to play another game. This one we've probably all played before. It's called Telephone. Everyone, come into the center of the room.
When I say snowstorm, we're going to run around and get all mixed up. But when I say false alarm, we're going to form a line. But make sure you're standing next to someone new. Snowstorm. False alarm. If you're not the first person in line, turn around. You should not be looking at the screen right now. All right. Now that we're all turned around, first person, I have a very secret and important message for you to pass along. Here it is. Okay, everyone else can turn back around. Your job as a team is to get the message all the way down the line. Go ahead.
I make the most of all the stress. I try to live without regrets, but I'm about to break a sweat. I'm freaking out. It's like a poison in my brain. It's like a fog that blurs the sane. It's like a vine you can't untangle. I'm freaking out. Every time I turn around, something don't feel right. Just might be paranoid. I'm avoiding the lines 'cause they just might split. Can someone stop the noise? I don't know what it is, but I just don't fit. I'm paranoid. Yeah. I take the necessary steps to get some air into my chest. I'm taking all the doctor's meds, I'm still freaking out. That's why my ex is still my ex. I never trust a word she says. I'm running all the background checks and she's freaking out. Every time I turn around, something's just not right. Just might be paranoid. I'm avoiding the lines 'cause they just might split. Can someone stop the noise? I don't know what it is, but I just don't fit. Consider me destroyed. I don't know how to act 'cause I lost my head. I must be paranoid, and I never thought it would come to this. I'm paranoid, stuck in a room of staring faces. Yeah. Caught in a nightmare, can't wake up. If you hear my cry running through the street, I'm about to freak. Come on, rescue me. Just might be paranoid. Yeah, I'm avoiding the lines 'cause they just might split. Can someone stop the noise? I don't know what it is, but it just don't fit. Consider me destroyed. I don't know how to act 'cause I lost my head. I must be paranoid. I never thought it would come to this. I'm paranoid.
So what happened? Did we get the message all the way down? Was it correct? What was challenging about this? Right, it made it very hard to communicate our message when we couldn't hear the other person. That's like when we try to communicate, it's very difficult for us to contribute to a conversation if we have no idea what the person just said. Think of it like this. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody is introducing themselves and you're too busy thinking about what you're going to say next that you don't even hear their name? And then you feel really awkward and you can't ask the person their name again because that's just rude. Well, yeah. Can you tell I've been in that situation? We always have to listen first. When we aren't listening, we're not respecting the person that we're talking to, and we're not understanding the cues of the conversation, and therefore we don't have a strong foundation to build upon. So let's try this telephone game again and see how it goes when we're actually able to hear each other. Go ahead.
We know that we can listen, but what else do we have to do before we talk? That's right. we have to think about what we're going to say. Before we speak, we must think about what we are going to say and what the impacts will be, either intentional or unintentional. I want your entire group to count off from 1 to 5. Once you've completed this, please find another person that does not have the same number as you. On your screen, you'll see an emotion that corresponds with your number. When I say freeze pop, we're going to act out our emotions to our partners. You can even both go at the same time. You have until the music stops. Freeze pop.
Don't wanna live as an untold story. Rather go out in a blaze of glory. I can't hear you. I don't fear you. I live now 'cause the bad die last. Dodging bullets with your broken past. I can't hear you. I don't fear you now. Wrapped in your regret. What a waste of blood and sweat. Oh, I wanna taste love and pain. Wanna feel pride and shame. I don't wanna take my time. Don't wanna waste one life. I wanna live better days. Never look back and say, could have been me. It could have been me. Yeah. Don't wanna live as an unsung melody. I'd rather listen to the silence telling me I can't hear you. I won't fear you. Don't wanna wake up on a Monday morning. The thought of work is getting my skin crawling. I can't fear you. I don't hear you now. Wrapped in your regret. What a waste of blood and sweat. Oh, I wanna taste love and pain. Wanna feel pride and shame. I don't wanna take my time. Don't wanna waste one life. I wanna live better days. Never look back and say, could have been me. It could have been me. Yeah. Hey! Wanna taste love and pain. Wanna feel pride and shame. Don't wanna take my time. No! Don't wanna waste one life. Hey! Hey! Just better. And say, could have been me. It could have been me. It could have been me. It could have been me. I wanna taste love and pain. Wanna feel pride and shame. I don't wanna take my time. Don't wanna waste one life. I wanna live better days. Just better look back and say, could have been me. It could have been me. It could have been me. It could have been me.
So how did that go? Did we have fun? How do you feel about what your partner said to you? How do you feel about what you said to your partner?
Oftentimes, when we're mid conversation, we stop thinking about what we're saying and we just go with the flow of the conversation. When we do this, however, we can lose sight of where our emotions and intentions lie. Think back to that activity we just did. Have you ever said one of those things to someone outside of this workshop? I'm guessing for most of you, the answer is yes. One way to avoid this is using the think principle. Before you speak, think to yourself, is what I'm going to say true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If the answer is no to these, you should probably try to rephrase what you're trying to say, as it most likely won't be received well by the person that you're talking to. Now we're about to try out this principle. On your screen, you're about to see a list of statements. Some of these statements are not so nice or could be worded in a different way to make them more appropriate. Take up to 5 minutes to go through these statements and discuss with your group how these statements could be better said using the think principle. You may also decide that the statement should just be completely thrown away, and that's fine. This is not a competition, so really take the time to rework these statements to make them more appropriate. There are no wrong answers here. I'll see you in a bit.
Now that we've listened first, and then thought about what we're going to say, we need to know how to start and maintain a conversation. When I say snowman, you have 30 seconds of a song to dance over to a partner with the same hair color as you, and find a space in the room. Make sure that you're practicing social distancing and keeping your mask on. Snowman. When I say snowball, you're going to introduce yourself and carry out a conversation. While you talk, you and your partner will walk around the room in a large circle. Snowball. Here are the questions for round 1. What is your favorite color? What is your favorite food? When is your birthday? What is your favorite subject in school? Here are the questions for the second round. What is your favorite memory you can tell me about it? And you can tell me about it. When was the last time you were excited? What is your morning routine?
What were the major differences between the two rounds? Was the first round a little bit more awkward? Were you able to have more of a conversation in the second round? Based off of this activity, what types of questions do you think that we should be asking? Did our body language change in the second round? How did you show interest in what others were saying? When you don't know where to go in a conversation, it's always a good idea to ask them about themselves. Ask simple, specific questions that are open-ended so the conversation is able to flow after they answer. When you're in a conversation, be sure that you are signaling to the other person that you are alert and interested in what they are saying. This can be through affirmation phrases like, "Oh, I totally understand," or "Yeah, I know," or even can just be a nod and proper eye contact. When you're talking to someone, make sure that your tone is sincere and your body is in a position of attention. To put it simply, face them and make it look like you're listening. And actually listen, because you never know when they may ask you a question as well. Now we're going to take a few moments to think of somebody that we haven't talked to in a while. I'm sure that there are quite a few options to choose from due to the current world situation. It could be your childhood best friend, a favorite math teacher, or even your grandparents. It doesn't matter. Once we have this person in mind, let's take about 5 minutes to write down a message to begin a conversation with them. We won't be sharing these, so feel free to make them as personal and in-depth as you please.
While we carry on conversations during the coronavirus pandemic, it is very important that we remember what we've learned here today. We need to always listen first, think about what you're going to say, and how it's going to impact people, and make sure that we are putting our all into our conversations. We want to thank you for your focus and continued efforts during this workshop and this year. We're sorry we couldn't be with you in person during this time, but we hope to see you very soon. Stay safe and well, friends.